Mary Omatiga here with Maci Joncich, a member of the U.S. women's flag football team. Maci, so happy to have you here. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for making the time. So, I read that when you first started playing flag football, you were the only girl in your league. Can you take me back to how you got your start in the sport and what your early days playing was like?
Yes. So I have two older brothers, and we're kind of a very active family. We've always been playing sports when we were younger, and into our college years and everything. Just when I was younger, my brothers were in this kind of little Saturday flag football league here in Henderson, and I thought it was so cool. And I always wanted to join, but I knew I was going to be the only girl. But one of their coaches was like, "Hey, you should try it. You look athletic." And I was like, "Okay, why not?" I just kind of joined from there, and I was the only girl out of hundreds of guys that were over there. But I thought it was so much fun, and it kind of my background kind of pushed me to be who I am today. So I'm very grateful for that.
Nevada, your home state, is one of the few states that has sanctioned flag football as a high school girls varsity sport. Can you talk about what the sport means to your state?
Yes, I think it's huge. I mean, in Las Vegas here, it's in the Las Vegas Valley. It's a big sport and it's a big deal. I played for 3 years for my high school. They didn't have it my freshman year due to COVID. But the 3 years that I was playing, you know, traveling to these other schools and playing and seeing the people that would come to the games. It's a big deal, and I really appreciated that, and I'm so thankful for that because I know so many other states don't have it yet, and I think that's crazy. I mean, I really think the movement to get flag football in all states is really important. So. But it's in Nevada. It's a big deal for not only for high school athletes, but for youth as well.
Yeah, and now the sport will make its Olympic debut at the LA 2028 Games. What does the growth of flag football mean to you? And can you talk about some of the changes in terms of accessibility and opportunities that you've seen from when you first started until now?
Yes, definitely. So I think the Olympic announcement was, the biggest thing that we've seen from flag football, and it's so cool. And just kind of looking back to my past and to when I started, like we talked about, I was the only girl in a league of hundreds of guys, and now I think I visited that league a couple months ago, and they have girls and women's divisions now. It's like it's so cool, and that just it really wouldn't have been a thing without this rapid growth and without the Olympic announcement and everything like that. So I think the Olympic announcement itself it's been extremely beneficial to the sport. And as for accessibility and everything, just people are just able to play the sport so much more when there's leagues that have it for girls and for guys and for everybody. I think it's really important.
Yeah, you talked about that Olympic announcement being so monumental for the sport. Have you seen any changes from roughly a year ago when it was first announced that it would be an official Olympic sport till now? And if so, what have you seen?
Yeah, I mean, even just kind of at the high school level, my junior year, there we had maybe 50 girls try out, and then my senior year we had 10, 20 more. Even just that little difference, you can just see the impact that it did make. And even with the adult division that I'm kind of moving my way into now, you can definitely see the growth, and there's so many more athletes. And not only that, but the athletes are really have this passion underneath them that really is just driving them towards the Olympics. And it's really cool to see, how hard people are working and how they're bringing it into their gameplay and everything. So it's really cool.
And I want to talk about your time with the national team. This summer, you helped lead the women to their third straight world title in Finland. You were the youngest player to actually make the roster. Can you talk about your experience with the team? What was it like?
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, Finland was really the greatest experience of my life, and I will say that, forever. But being a part of the team, especially as the youngest athlete, was so special and so cool to me because I was just able to play around these athletes who are incredible at what they do, even in other countries, playing against these women, and visiting with the men and seeing how their gameplay is different than ours. It's so special, and I feel like me myself, I can grow as a player and as a person by surrounding myself with these world class athletes. It was so awesome.
Did you get a chance to play with any athletes that you looked up to? And if so, who were they?
Yeah, so on the U.S. national team currently, I've always looked up to Vanita Crouch, our quarterback. She's an incredible person, a super perfect like leader. She's so great, and I've always wanted to play with her. And I think it's a dream come true for me to kind of be playing with her and to be learning from her. And we also make each other better, and I think that's really cool that I can do that at this age and still learn from her.
What would you say is your overall takeaway from that experience? What do you feel like you learned from it?
Yeah, I think I learned, I not only learned how to be a better player, I learned so many different things on the field. But I just learned, I think I learned to, not take anything for granted and to just truly be grateful for the opportunities that have been given to me. Um, because even just trying out for that team, I was surrounded by these amazing athletes, and I'm just able to learn so much from them and to build connections that I'm going to have for the rest of my life. I think that that's really special.
What do you want the world to know about the women's national flag football team?
I think I want the world to know that, we are not done and we are, coming for more. China is our next goal at the World Games in 2025. I think that we have so much growth as a team, and, we are incredible now, and I think we can be even better, even better. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know that ultimately LA 2028 is somewhere that you would want to be. You mentioned China. What are some other kind of steps along the process that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, so I mean, right now I have to remake the team in March, leading up to the China World Games in 2025. So, I'm just kind of taking it step by step. I have to remake the team again, and then from there, we have the World Games in China, and then we'll have the Continental Championships in Panama in 2025 as well. But each one of those is kind of a stepping stone on the way to the LA 2028 Olympics for sure. I'm always kind of keeping that in the back of my mind as my kind of end goal. But I know that I need to stay focused on, what's happened in front of me right now.
How would you say that flag football has changed your life? How has it equipped you and empowered you?
Yeah, I mean, it's really definitely morphed me into who I am today, 100%. Playing in that team environment my entire life has really allowed me to become a great leader. I think it's allowed me to mature playing with older women who are more experienced than I am, or even playing with people who are less experienced than I am. It's given me the abilities to teach and to help and to see things from another perspective. There's so many different lessons that I've learned from flag football. And I think the sport itself and any team sport is extremely beneficial. And I'm so thankful to continue playing it into my college years and hopefully, down the road into my adult years.
Yeah, you mentioned your college years. This has been your first semester at school. Tell me about your time with the Gators, what that's been like, and what you're looking forward to about the upcoming season.
Yeah, so my first semester at the University of Florida was so much fun. Being in that big school environment is so cool. Going to the football games, it's so great. And I just got back yesterday. We played the Gators Club flag football. We played in the NERSA National Championship, and we ended up winning that. So that was really cool. And I'm so grateful to have that team alongside me. Because big school across the country, I don't know many people, but to have that team by my side, they've been really helpful along the way. And I'm looking forward to playing more with them and getting a great education at Florida.
When you look back to your early days of, being the only girl on the team, like we talked about earlier, what are some of the lessons that you learned from then that have taken you to where you are today and contributed to your success?
Yeah, I think a big one that I've always remembered is, just kind of not really caring about what people think because, being the only girl out there, there's all the guys out there are going to be like, oh, she's not very good. She's just a girl, whatever. Oh, you play like a girl. And even coaches can have that attitude as well. So I've kind of learned to brush that off and just let my game speak as well. Just being mature about the situation and not talking back and ever doing everything things that can be harmful to me and harmful to others. So just kind of brushing things off and being true to myself has been a really big thing that I've learned.
What advice would you give to the next generation of girls and women that want to step into flag football?
Yeah, I would say just keep at it, um, take advantage of every single opportunity that is given to you. If there's a tournament 2 hours away and you don't know if you should go, like, I would go, like, just go out of your comfort zone a little bit and, meet new people. Some things are gonna be difficult, and I think if you really do love the sport, it's so important just to keep playing and to surround yourself with different people and different players and different coaches so you can learn from new perspectives and everything and make yourself better. It's going to make your life it's going to make your life incredible. I mean, my life has been driven by flag football and it's gotten me so far, and I'm so thankful for it, and I think that it can do the same for a lot of girls and women.
Where do you hope to see the sport in the next 10 years from now?
Yeah, I mean, I really, really hope to see it as a like Division 1 NCAA sport. I think that that would be so incredible. Um, and I know that it is in NAIA schools right now, and that's so awesome to see. Scholarships being given out for flag football. I wouldn't even have imagined that when I was younger playing. But seeing that as an NCAA sport would be awesome. And going into the 2032 Olympics and 2036, that would be great to keep it as an Olympic sport and just see where it goes.
Macy, it has been so great hearing about all of your success, and I can't wait to see what's ahead for your future. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.